Good morning. Literally, so it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm speaking quietly because my boyfriend is still sleeping and so is my dog. And I am getting up to read or start Salem's Lot, which I'm really excited about. I've heard really good things about this one. And I can't read these at night sometimes, so sometimes I'll try to wake up early so I can get started on books like this to kind of gauge how scary they are or if I think I can handle them at night, because I don't know, sometimes when I read scary books like this at night, I will dream about them or it like trips me out. So I think that's pretty normal. But I'm planning on doing a bit of Stephen King reading this weekend because I'm almost finished with The Green Mile. So that one I have been burning through on digital. I'm actually getting my physical copy today, so I'm waiting to get that in because I think I want to experience it with the physical copy. But until I get that, I'm working on Salem's Lot. And then I also got in the mail yesterday this honker of a book, Needful Things. This is the last Castle Rock story. So I'm wondering if I should look into the other Castle Rock stories before I read this. I think it just has to do with where it's located, like Castle Rock, Maine. But I'm gonna do a little bit more. And anyways, I think I'm a little intimidated to start a book this size quite yet. And then just like a little bonus, I got my Margaret Atwood, the Penelopead, which I'm really excited to read this as well because I've heard really good things about this book. And I got a little Thriftbooks. Ooh, that smells like room freshener. Kind of like cat litter. What? As I do with my thrift books, I always wipe them down, but you know, that's kind of the nature with used books, is sometimes you get a little bit more than you bargained for, but that's totally fine. I'll get over it. And yeah, so I'm going to keep reading this. I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm doing. I think today's actually going to be kind of a gloomy, rainy day. It's actually still dark outside, so it looks like it's going to possibly rain today, so maybe a good Stephen King weekend. And yes, by the way, I do have a pimple patch on my nose. This freaking pimple on the side of my nose finally popped. Maybe TMI, but oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. It was like one of those like throbbing face pimples. Sounds traumatic, but it was quite painful. So I'm glad I'm finally dealing with it. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading. I literally am just starting this, so wish me luck. Okay, so I'm about 100 pages in. It's about 8 o'clock now. So if that gives you a gauge on how fast I read, it's about a page a minute, which is probably pretty average. By the way, I just noticed I still have a Christmas decoration up. So that snuck by me. I need to take that down. So far really interesting, so much so that I let my coffee get cold and I need to go either warm it up or refresh it with a little bit more coffee. Fun fact, I actually don't drink caffeine anymore, so I drink decaf coffee, but I just like the routine and taste of coffee. So yeah, I need to go do that really quick and like stand and stretch because my neck gets like kind of tense when I read because I'm looking down at the book. But my point in bringing up the coffee was I am pretty into this story. There's a lot of characters that are getting introduced, so I'm finding myself having to like go back and remind myself who's who, but I kind of like it. Usually I don't like it when there's a ton of characters, but I think it kind of builds off the fact that like Jerusalem's Lot or Salem's Lot is kind of like small town vibes, so everyone knows everyone. So in a way, everyone's kind of intertwined with one another. I'm now at the part where Ralphie has disappeared, Ralphie Glick, and Ben is writing his book and he's hanging out with Susan a lot. And there was a very suspicious delivery to the Marston house. So I'll have to keep reading. I'm definitely into this book, but I'm gonna go refresh my coffee really quick. I feel like this is a very boring vlog, but it's getting really good. I'm about like 200 pages in. So I'm going to take a little break, have some breakfast, and go get dressed. But I'm like kind of dying to keep reading, but I also want to like keep my mind sharp. So time for a little break, time for some breakfast. Good morning. Oh, buddy, don't you want to say good morning to me? Hi. Are you hungry? Would you like a little something to eat? Yeah? Hi, cutie. Mommy loves you. Can I have Popo? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Does that feel nice? Sit. Sit, buddy. Good boy. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm finishing up my makeup. I literally had to tear myself away from Salem's Lot to do something not necessarily productive, but when I get in like reading marathons, I like to at least like break it up so I don't sit there and like strain my neck, or like my body gets achy if I like sit or lay in a position for too long. So I try to like move around a little bit. So this is me moving around. I am obsessed with this book so far, and I really like I was saying earlier, that it's kind of based in a small town setting. So essentially I was kind of confused with the first like 80 pages or so, because it jumped around from a lot of different characters, and I was thinking to myself, there's no way I'm going to be able to keep all these characters straight, because typically I don't love a ton of characters in a book because it just complicates things for me. So now that I'm further in the book, I'm like 250 pages in, I'm kind of understanding the purpose of having that many characters. And again, it is to paint the small town vibe, but I also really like that it is conducive to the story moving. So you'll see like all of these things happening in Salem's Lot, but you'll see them through the lens of different people, if that makes sense, because what's happening in the town is obviously impacting everyone. So it's really interesting. I really like this writing style. So I'm probably going to finish that at some point today. Like I said, I'm going to finish my makeup, and then I think I need to like wash my makeup brushes, because I haven't done that in like an embarrassingly long time. So I'm gonna do that and then probably get back to reading. And then I'm also almost done with The Green Mile. This is definitely like a Stephen King weekend for me. I'm 80% of the way done according to my Kindle and also the audiobook, but I kind of want to finish it on the physical copy. I will say this, I am already obsessed with the book. Like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of my favorite books of all time. I am trying to like savor it as much as I possibly can, because it's not very often you get a book where you like resonate with it and like emotionally invest yourself in the book. So like I said, I'm waiting for my physical copy. I ordered it from Thriftbooks. I'm either supposed to get it today, which I'm hoping so I can finish it, or tomorrow, because I'm kind of dying to figure out what happens with John Coffey. I've actually never seen The Green Mile, and I don't know what happens in the book or the movie. So this is a whole new experience for me, and I know The Green Mile is a lot of people's #1 book as well as movie. So I'll have to watch the movie after I read the book. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my makeup. If you guys are curious as to what I did to my face, I'll just really quickly, I've got sunscreen on as well as skincare, of course. Then I used the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter to give myself kind of that like glow under my foundation. I'm using a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury makeup because I'm trying to get a video together for the beauty breakdown featuring Charlotte Tilbury, so I'm playing around with the makeup from her. I use the Super Nudes Easy Eye palette, which is actually very pretty, even though it doesn't look like much. And then, what else do I have? I use the foundation. Of course, set it with the Hourglass powder. I use the Dear Dahlia eyeliner, which I really like this. This is the Paradise Dream Precision Pro Liquid Eyeliner Mahogany. I thought it was black, and then when I used it, it's actually very dark, like warm brown. It's coming off black on camera, but it's a little bit warmer that it's giving off. Mascara. Oh, and then I'm wearing this on my cheeks from Too Cool for School, the Lazy Red Face Beam Glow Blusher, which again, that's probably some of that glow you're seeing. And then for my bronzer, I use the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette in Fair Medium, which looks like that. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear on my lips. I'll probably do something that's kind of similar to my sweater, a little bit more of a burgundy day. But anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go, like I said, wash my makeup brushes now, and then I'll let myself sit back down and read. I'm like antsy, but I'm like, okay, I need to like stand up, move around for a little bit, and then I can allow myself to sit back down. That's kind of, like I said, how I like to read. Okay, so I'm mid cleaning my brushes. I just finished cleaning my face brushes here, and I'm moving on to like the eye brushes as well as like sponge products here and my air puffs. I want to show you guys really quickly what I'm using because it's actually working really well. This is from Pew, the Quick and Deep Clean No Dirty Brush Cleansing Soap. This is really nice because it's rinsing really quickly and it is good for both brushes and sponges. So it's kind of like dual purpose, which is nice because I'm not switching in between like cleansers to the solid soap. Solid soaps work best for air puffs and sponges, in case you're wondering. So I'm gonna finish the eye makeup, brushes, and then maybe squeeze in a little bit more reading, and I think we are gonna go out for a little bit to get some fresh air. So like here are all my white brushes, and then I just get them wet, and then I just take the soap and I literally just get some water in there, and then I just swirl them in there. What are you barking at, silly boy? Oh. Oh, goodness. That's so. Brushes are clean. So I finished washing all my makeup brushes. I just want to show you guys really quickly how this soap helps clean like soft surfaces. So this is like an air puff I just washed. And this is what it looked like before. So before, after. Okay, my boyfriend just got back with lunch. We're having Chick-fil-A, so yum. We got a lot of food, I think. This is like our treat for the weekend. I got the wrap, and then what else do we get? It's like French fries, soup, and there's mac and cheese in there somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Woo! And here's all the food spread out. There's Michael's food. I'm so happy. I'm so hungry. Thanks for getting this. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got my package and I got my other Stephen King books that I was waiting for. So I got The Green Mile. This one's kind of a weird copy. I didn't know what to expect from Thriftbooks. Sometimes you kind of take a gamble with the state that your book arrives in. So this is really interesting because I ordered a hardback, which technically this is, but it looks like this got doctored a little bit. It is a library edition, which I wasn't aware of at the time. It says it's from Woodstock Public Library. And it looks like they might have cut like a paperback. They probably lost the dust jacket for this and then cut a paperback and taped it on the front and the back, if that makes sense. So it's like very doctored, but I mean, it's still a hardback technically. It just doesn't have the dust jacket. Anyway, so I have this at least so I can finish reading it in that version. And then also I ordered Cujo and Carrie, which is Stephen King's first book. And Cujo, I just was really curious about. And both of these are in this vignette, which are kind of my favorite style of Stephen King book. So I have those two, so maybe I'll start one of those tomorrow depending on how I'm doing with the other two. But to update you guys, I'm about 2/3 of the way through Salem's Lot. I'm planning on finishing this today. If I'm up to it, I might finish The Green Mile, but we'll see. So, time to keep reading. Oh, also I poured myself a sour beer, so it's the weekend. I got my headphones on because my boyfriend's watching TV and I can't concentrate if there's TV on in the background. So I just put on my what are they called? Not soundproofing earphones. Noise canceling headphones. And I'm gonna listen to some like classical music while I read. So it's the next day. I'm in the office. I did end up finishing Salem's Lot last night, and I think this has to be one of my favorite Stephen King books, although I haven't read that many yet, so I'm hoping that I'll have some more favorites as I kind of make my way through the Stephen King catalog. But I have to say, I like this more than I was expecting. I kind of just picked this up as a fun read. And while it was definitely fun, I enjoyed the whole story throughout because it was just such a thrilling story. I kind of was a little concerned because I feel like, especially nowadays, vampires are kind of overplayed. I was still impressed by this. Like, I definitely found parts of this book that I found unique to kind of that vampire narrative. And then I made some little notes. Let me see if any of these are relevant for me to tell you. Right here, never listened at a knothole lest you be vexed, which I thought that was a really clever way to say, like, opening Pandora's box almost, I guess you could say, or like, you know, don't go looking for trouble if you're not ready to handle it type of thing. So I've never heard of that saying either, which I thought was really cool. And then this one I also really liked here. We must go through bitter waters before we reach the sweet. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and finish the Green Mile. I've got about 100 pages left, so I'm going to go ahead and knock this out this morning. It was so good. I shouldn't have put makeup on. Okay, so we just got back from a little walk with Buddy, and I'm on to, I guess technically my third book, Stephen King book of the weekend. I'm starting Carrie. I'm a little bit of the way in so far, and we'll see how long this takes me to read. I'm not determined to necessarily finish this today, but if I do, then I do. It's much shorter than Salem's a lot, but yeah, I'm excited because this is supposed to be, or this is one of Stephen King's first works, the first work, so we'll see what I think. I, again, have never watched the movie, so I have no idea what this is about except like a telekinetic bully girl. And we're watching football, and Buddy's over there hanging out on his little blanket. Hi, Bud. Hi, sweet boy. Yes, I love you. Okay, so I'm about halfway through. I didn't even realize, oh shoot, I lost my place, but my bookmark fell out. But I know I'm halfway through because I hit part 2, which is prom night. Let me remark that. So I'm, like I said, halfway through, which is perfect timing because it's actually halftime in the football game. And then I also put some rice in the rice cooker because we're gonna make sushi for lunch. So it takes about a half an hour for that to cook. But I'm just gonna hop back in. I mean, I do have to say, update, I really hope kids aren't this cruel. I never experienced anything like this growing up. I didn't witness any like awful children like this in high school, but there's some sick, demented kids in this book. So I am glad this is purely fictional. Anyways, time to continue. Part 2. I officially finished. I literally finished this in the time of the football game, so that was pretty, I feel pretty good about that. And now we're gonna watch the second football game. Who's playing in the second one?
Chiefs, Bills.
Chiefs, Bills. So we're gonna eat. I'm gonna make us some sushi and probably call it a day as far. I don't think I'm gonna do any more reading today. I feel like I've done enough reading. But yeah, this one was pretty good. I need to kind of like sit with my thoughts on both. Definitely the Green Mile because that had me emotional. So I feel like I need to like marinate in my thoughts for a second. This one was good. I can definitely tell it's not Stephen King at his finest. I'll probably give it like a 3 or 3.5 stars on Goodreads, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I can see the motivations of Carrie, but I'm not as big of a fan as I think some diehard Stephen King fans are of this one. But it was good. I was a fast read. Like I said, I read it in like a football game. So if you guys are looking for some fast Stephen King reads, this is a good one. But I'm going to go eat. I need to eat to like collect my thoughts. Okay, to show you guys how I make sushi at home, it's really easy. So I make some rice. I made a little pot of rice, and then what I do is I buy the flake style. This is like imitation crab meat. I flake it up with my hands, mix a little bit of mayonnaise and sriracha to make it like spicy crab meat. And then I also buy the like tempura shrimp, and then I put it in my air fryer, and then I'll make this, and then I'll put everything together in a roll. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. There we go. I will show you guys the finished results, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw everything together. Oh yeah, I just buy seaweed sheets from either the Hanna Market or H Mart, and then I just use these. These are just like sheets. Yum. Good?
Very good. Very good.
Good. My favorite. Okay, so it is Monday morning. I'm just closing out this vlog. So overall, very happy with my reading weekend. I am slightly addicted to Stephen King, so if you see a lot of Stephen King content on my channel, I apologize in advance, but when I get into things, I get really into things, like obsessive level, and so right now I'm like super into reading Stephen King. I just started Pet Sematary, which is gonna probably be my next read that I'm gonna finish. And yeah, so I finished The Green Mile, which I did actually start before the weekend, but I did finish it over the weekend. I finished Salem's Lot and Carrie. All three I really liked. I'd say Carrie was my least favorite. I just feel like it wasn't Stephen King at his strongest, which makes sense because it's his first published book. But I thought it was entertaining. I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. I loved Salem's Lot. I thought that book was really good, and I adored The Green Mile. I'm so excited to watch the movie now. And yeah, The Green Mile was just, it left me speechless. There were several times where I was crying. It's one of those books that you think about like on the daily. That sounds so dramatic, but it's like, you know when you watch like a really good movie or read a really good book, you're like, oh, you're so sad it's over, but you're also like, wow, that was an experience. Like, I'm so glad I had that. That's how I felt about The Green Mile. So I'd highly recommend it if it's on any of your guys' reading list. It was super good. But now I'm going to finish drinking my smoothie. I'll be starting probably another vlog today because I think I have a whole bunch of Stephen King books coming in the mail today. And I also have the bookshelf coming today, so I'll be building that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this book vlog. This is my first one, so I hope I did a good job. I'll see you guys in my next book vlog, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.